Sixth grade Excel, lesson 136, dividing a 3-digit divisor into a 4-digit dividend with a 2-digit quotient. All right, this should not be too tricky for you at all. It's just the same thing we've always been doing. The only thing that makes this harder is the numbers are getting bigger. But division is division no matter what, all right? Look at number one. We've got 7,624 divided by 146. And again, when you're using these big numbers, you kind of want to do a guess and check method. This is pretty close to 150. Well, 250s make 300. So let's say you got 150 here and 150 here. That's 300, right? Well, if you got another 2, that's another 300. That makes 600. And then 600 is quite a ways away from 762, so you probably can get another one in. But if you put another 2 in, that's 300, that's 300, that's 300, that's 900. 900 is going to be way too big. So that's a real quick way of coming up with the number 5, thinking that 146 can go into this big number, 762 actually, 5 times. And it turns out that it does go in 5 times, which is 730, and we subtract and get 32. Right here, 62 minus 30 is 32, and then you bring down the 4, and then you say how many times can 146 go into 324? Well, again, the 250s would be 300, so 246s would probably be pretty close to that, and it does turn out that it goes in 2 times. 2 times 146 is 292. 324 minus 292 is 32, so the remainder is 32. Now, if you're looking at that remainder and thinking, wow, that's a big number, can you have a remainder that's that big? Your remainder has to be 1 less than the divisor. 1 less than the divisor. It cannot be the same as the divisor. If it is the same, it can go in 1 more time. So we could get a remainder on this one of up to 145. And then they, right here, checked the problem by multiplying and then adding the remainder to the end to get 7,624. Which is the same as that number right there. So you're feeling pretty good about your answer. All right, number 2, I want you to go ahead and try this one on your own. The problem is not on your page, but the numbers are written right here. So you're going to use this to figure out what the problem is. Write the problem on your paper and then solve it. Turn the video off, turn it back on when you're ready for the solution. Okay, here's the problem that you should have written. And 101 going into 891. It's pretty obvious that that's going to go in 8 times, and 8 times 101 is going to be 808, right? You can kind of do that in your head, hopefully. 808, and then you're going to subtract. I can't do 1 minus 8, so I'm borrowing from that and making it an 8. 11 minus 8 is 3. 8 minus nothing is 8, and 8 minus 8 is nothing. So we've got 83, and then we bring down the 9. Then we do 101 into 839. Again, we know it's going to go in 8 times, which is 808. And 9 minus 8 is 1 and 3, so we have a remainder of 31. And then you check that by doing 101 over here times 88. And 1 times 8 is 8. 0, 8. And this is going to be the same thing, except we're going to scooch it over because we have to put a 0 placeholder in there. We're still multiplying the same numbers together. And then you're going to get 8, 8, 8. Look at that, all 8s. And then you add your 31, and you get 9, 11, 9, 8. And you can see 8, 9, 1, 9 is what that one is right there. So you can feel pretty confident about your answer. All right, here are 2 other problems. I'd like you to go ahead and pause the video, write the problems on your paper using these words here, and then turn it back on after you've solved the problem. All right, and here are the problems. 209 into 4,867. 209 can go into 486 probably twice, because that's going to be 418, right? So 2 times 209, 418. Subtract. 6 minus 8, can't do it. Going to borrow from that, make it a 7. So we have 16 minus 8 is 8. 7 minus 1 is 6. Bring down the 7. 687, 209. Well, this is really close to 200. So 200, 400, 600. Probably going to go in 3 times. and 3 times 209 is going to be 600. 9 times 3 is 27, so 627. We get 0 and 6, so we have the remainder of 60. And then you're going to do 209 times 23. 9 times 3 is 27. There's a 0 over there, so I know I can just plop that 2 down here. 2 times 3 is 6. Put in a 0 placeholder. 9 times 2 is 18. Again, I got a 0 coming next, so I just put the 18 down. And 2 times 2 is 4. 7, 10, 8, 4. Add your remainder of 60. And we get 4,867. 320 into 9,952. So we're putting 320 into 995 first. And 300, 600, 900, it goes in 3 times. And 3 times 320 is going to be 960, because 3 times 20 is 60, and 3 times 300 is 900. So you got the 5 there, and a 3, and then you're going to bring down the 2. And obviously 320 goes into 352 one time. There you go. And 3, so we have a remainder of 32. I'm going to check it by doing 320 times 31, 0, 2, well, obviously 320 times 1 is 320. Put down a placeholder, 0, 2 times 3 is 6, 3 times 3 is 9, 9,600. Add these together, and then add your remainder. 9952, just like you see right here. So it looks like you got it right. All right, here are a couple more. Go ahead and pause the video, turn it back on after you've written the problem and solved the problem. All right, this is what you should have written on your paper. So 428 into 479 obviously goes once. 428, we're going to subtract and get 51. Then I bring down the 0. 428 into 510 obviously goes once again. 428. And I have to regroup here. So 10 minus 8 is 2. That's now a 0. I have to regroup from this. 10 minus 2 is 8. And so we have 82 as our remainder. And then I'm going to do 428 times 11, which is going to be 428 with a placeholder here. 428, because it's just times 1. Real easy. And 7, 4, and then you're going to add your remainder of 82, and that's 10, 9, 7, 4,790. And this last one, 175, that's pretty close to 200. I'm putting it into 899. Well, it's a little bit trickier. Let's see, if we did it 4 times, that would be 800. I might go in 5 times. Let's try 5 here. Of course, you should already know the answer to this because you already did it on your own. 5 times 5 is 25. 7 times 5 is 35. That's 37. And 1 times 5 is 5, plus 3 is 8. And it does go in 5 times into 899. Good guess there, Mr. Bedley. So you have 875 here. And then we're going to subtract and get 24. Bring down the 8. 175 into 248 obviously goes 1 time. And subtract again and get 3. 24 minus 17 is 7. I'm not really regrouping right there. I'm just doing a 2-digit subtraction problem. So we have a remainder, don't forget to write the remainder up there, of 73. 175 times 51. Well, we know what 175 times 1 is. Put the 175, the placeholder. 5 times 5 is 25. Carry the 2. 7 times 5 is 35, plus 2 is 37. And 1 times 5 plus 3 is 8. 5, 12, 9, 8. And then add our remainder. And we get 8, 9, 9, 8. And look at that. So thank you for watching.